My friends, welcome to this episode of the Outdoor Gear Review. I hope you all are doing well. For this adventure, we're out here at Lone Wolf Mountain in a remote campsite that I created a number of years back. It has been a long time since we've been to this site. Looking the site over, it looks pretty good. There are a few things that we need to pick up here, but all in all, this site is ready to go. As far as the weather goes today for this trip, it's rain, maybe some thunderstorms, and more rain. At the moment, the sun's actually out. We have a little bit of blue sky. It just got done raining. It's been raining all morning. In fact, it's been raining for 3 weeks straight. There's no exaggeration there. We've had rain for 3 weeks straight every single day. The forest here is just sopping wet. Everything is sopping wet. That's okay though. Luckily, I love the rain. As far as the temperature goes today, it's not that bad. It's about 64 degrees Fahrenheit. And the low tonight is going to be around 50 degrees. I'll tell you what, everybody, while it's dry, we should go ahead and set up a tarp. That way we don't have to get soaking wet on this trip. So everyone, let's get to work. It is update time, folks. I just got camp fully set up. The tent is set up, the tarp, chair, we're ready to rock and roll. As it stands right now, I'm hearing thunder. It's 2 hours north. I do not believe that thunder cell is going to affect us. While it's still pretty bright out, it is getting a little bit darker, especially over here towards the west. It's dark. Pretty soon, it's gonna start raining, I think. Before it does though, let's go ahead and make some coffee. Cheers, my friends, cheers. It is coffee time. As I was making coffee, it was raining just a little bit. Very, very light rain. That has ended. The sun is back out. And I'm still hearing thunder from the north. Again, that storm poses no threat. While it's not terribly hot, it is incredibly humid. So basically, if I'm sitting here and I'm not doing anything, I'm fine. If I move around at all, I'm instantly drenched in sweat. The humidity is just so high. There's so much moisture in the air. Hell, there's moisture in everything right now. The ground is saturated. All of the trees, everything is saturated. Again, everybody, we've had 3 weeks of just non-stop rain and storms. Every single day, every night, every morning. It simply has not stopped. This is the longest period of dryness that we've had in weeks. And yet, it just rained. Or I should say, it was just sprinkling, but whatever. No matter what though, it is nice to be out here in the forest. It is so beautiful in this part here, especially with the sun coming in. I've mentioned this before about this area. We are so blessed not to have that many mosquitoes. People ask me all the time about different mosquito products, and the truth is I'm not the right person to go for that sort of information because 99% of the time I don't have to use it. Now, of course, if I go out of state, off of the mountains here, oftentimes I will have to. When it comes to repellent, I have found that nothing works better than a combination of permethrin and DEET. DEET will definitely keep mosquitoes away. Permethrin is great for your clothing. That way they don't bite through your shirts and stuff like that. I've never had any sort of luck when it comes to natural solutions. In my experiences, they do not work. Or at least the ones that I've tried, definitely not. You all may remember my trip up to Maine. The mosquitoes were huge and there were a ton of them. And unfortunately, we had this all-natural solution that Susie found and it did not work. I mean, we would spray that crap all over ourselves. The mosquitoes, they loved it, right? It simply did not work at all. Anyways, my friends, the one thing that we do have here, unfortunately, are ticks, and a ton of them. Because of that, I treat my clothing with permethrin. It really works, and it does keep the ticks away. Cheers. That, everyone, is a very active thunder cell. It's just non-stop thunder. And now, there's another one over here. Unfortunately, all of these storms are going away from us. It's just how it is. Now I tell you what, everybody, I'm going to take a second here and I'm going to gather as much dry firewood or dryish firewood as I can. Namely the small stuff. All of the larger stuff's basically been sitting on the ground just soaking up water. I'm not going to be able to get that to burn, but the smaller stuff, the stuff that's kind of raised up off of the ground, it should be dry enough for me to use later on. It's wet, or I should say it's damp, but I can get this to burn. This stuff is so wet, everybody. But there's still a snap to it. If there's a snap to it, I can burn it. The sun is out and it's beginning to sprinkle just a little bit. At the moment, I'm not hearing any thunder. The cell to our north and the southeast both have dissipated. It's definitely raining though. It is super, super light and the sun is out, but it's raining. At the same time, the wind has picked up some. Maybe this is indicative of something coming in. The rain is here. The question is whether or not it's going to be a lot or just a little. I don't think the weather has any idea what it's doing today. It started raining, instantly stopped. Who knows? If I still had a drone, I would send it up to check out the area to see if there's any rain showers out there. Unfortunately, I don't have one any longer. There's many reasons why. Plus, it looks like DJI, the drone maker, they may be banned here in the United States. Currently, the government is considering that. Apparently, there are national security concerns with DJI. I don't know. This is the very old shed that is here at Lone Wolf Mountain. Many years ago, we did a few overnight adventures inside of this. One was during a winter storm. I want to say it turned into an ice storm. I remember being inside of this, listening to the freezing rain come down. I would hear these explosions as these trees would topple under the weight of the ice. At that point, I decided it is time to go. One thing that you do not mess with is ice. Anyways, when it comes to the shed here, it's holding up well. I did replace some boards on the other side. I pretty much use this shed as storage. As you can see here, I have the old wood stove. I also have the mower that I use to mow Lone Wolf Mountain. While you're looking inside there, take a look at the ground. You can see the dry soil on the inside of the shed and the super wet soil on the outside. You can see that it's just been raining non-stop here. Everything here is just soaking wet. Today has been a really good day, everybody. We started off this trip in the rain. Things dried out a little bit. We've had some showers here and there, but nothing that's really soaked anything. Just enough to kind of like wet the top of the tarp. But all in all, I've stayed dry and I've been productive. I've gathered some firewood, I set up the fire pit, and now we are ready for the evening. I'll tell you what, here in just a little bit, I'll go ahead and make dinner because I am starving. Once we wrap up dinner, should be around dark, we'll get the fire going. As it stands, there is still a chance of rain and storms. Is that going to happen? I have no idea. In truth, we've been surrounded by storms all day long. In fact, there's a storm system to our east going away from us. I'm sure you all have been hearing the booms for a while now. It's nice that it hasn't been raining though. I mean, it really is. It's given this wood some time to dry out, which means that we'll get the fire going nice and easy tonight. As you all could see, it is raining. It just started up a second ago, and already it's quite a bit lighter than it was. I don't know if this is going to be something that's more prolonged or if it was just a quick shower. All I know is that it is now dark in the forest. As far as the time goes, it is 6:45, and it's just about dinner time. We are surrounded, apparently, by thunderstorms. The weather today has been so sporadic. Heavy rain, no rain, light rain, mist, sun's out, repeat over and over and over. As it stands right now, we are right on the edge of a cell that's firing up. That's the thunder that you've been hearing. We're like right on the edge of it. So at any moment it could start to pour or the rain might be over. It really could go any which way. It's kind of funny, folks. I've been hearing turkeys off in the woods here all day long. They must be like nesting down or something like that, because like they're not moving. They're in one spot. It sounds like one specific turkey just non-stop gobbling. I like turkeys, by the way. They are really, really cool birds. Anyways, it is 7:07, currently 64 degrees, humidity out of this world. It's like I get a little bit cool, put on my jacket, I start moving around, and that humidity is so thick, it's so high. Man, I'm just instantly hot and soaked. It's okay if I just sit still. Now, luckily, after tomorrow, it's supposed to dry up. Next week, I think they said we have 3 days of no rain, and that is going to be amazing. Everybody needs to mow their yards and whatnot. We are now going on 3 weeks of just solid rain every single day. For dinner tonight, we have biscuits and sausage gravy, buttermilk biscuits, cooked sausage crumbles, peppered country-style gravy. This is from Peak Refuel, and this is a good one. I've mentioned it before, and I'll mention it again. I love breakfast for dinner. I don't really care about breakfast for breakfast, but for dinner, oh yeah, count me in. If you're not from the United States, you may not be familiar with the concept of biscuits and gravy. So like if you're from Britain, from what I understand, you all don't have an equivalent to what this is. If you haven't had biscuits and gravy before, go online, find a recipe, and make some. I promise you, you will love it. First off, you're gonna fall in love with a biscuit if you never had one before. But when you put sausage and gravy on it, oh my gosh, everybody, it is so freaking awesome. It doesn't matter where you're from, you're gonna love it. Since we're talking about biscuits and gravy, I have 2 shout outs to give. Greg, thank you so much for this meal. I'm pretty sure you sent this to me. Thank you so much, brother. I really do appreciate you. Sally's from the UK. She wrote in asking about biscuits and gravy. It was foreign to her, so I told her, go ahead, make it. Let me know what you think. Sally loves biscuits and gravy, and I know you will as well. Oh yeah. Look at it. Respect it. Everyone, this is incredible. It's about an hour before sundown, but yet it is super dark. The weather is chaotic, my friends. Luckily, we have the fire pit thing, the fire stand ready to go, firewood's ready to go, so as soon as we're done with dinner, we'll fire it up. We have this huge tarp overhead, which is offering tons of protection. When it comes to a tarp, I like 10 foot at the very least, 10 by 10, but my preference would be 10 foot by 13 foot, and that's what I have here. A 10 foot by 13 foot that offers a ton of space underneath that tarp, a lot of protection. Folks, I can't believe it. Luckily, this is easy to move. Gotta be careful not to melt this tarp here. Isn't that funny? As soon as I lit this up, it started raining. You all can see here just how well this works. I mean, it really does work good. All of this wood here, it's damp. Listen to the moisture coming out of that wood. That's how wet this stuff is. In truth, everybody, the only reason it's burning is because of this stove. Basically, there's no enclosure, so this fire is getting all the oxygen it needs. The only bad thing about this stove is that it goes through your firewood so fast. I mean, as soon as you get it lit, it's like at a 10, it goes to the max and it stays at a max until you're out of wood. This is nice, folks. We have a steady rain falling outside, good fire underneath this tarp, and as you can see, it's getting late. I'll tell you what, everybody, I'm going to grab my chair, sit around this fire for a while, stop talking for a little bit, just enjoy this. Already it's getting somewhat late. It's after 9 o'clock now. I think I'll enjoy the fire and then call it a night. It was really nice sitting around the fire listening to the rain, and now I get to go to bed listening to the rain. You know, it really hasn't rained that hard this evening. It's just been steady. I don't know if it's going to rain all night long. I sure hope it does. I mean, if it does, I'm going to sleep really, really good. Folks, I'm going to bed. I will see you all bright and early. Sleep good. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. It is 6:30, 57 degrees, 100% humidity. Let me tell you, it's wet. It is really, really wet. For some reason, it feels like my jacket absorbed every bit of the moisture inside of that tent. I mean, it feels almost completely soaked. But yet, it's cool enough that I need it on. I don't know. It is just what it is, I guess. Cheers, everybody. Cheers. It rained on and off for most of the night. Even right now, it's still dripping from the trees just because like the air is so full of moisture. Apparently at home, it rained big time. Susie said maybe 2 or 3 inches per hour. It was like flooding out there. Some places really, really got it yesterday. We had storms all around us, but we didn't get anything too bad. I would say for the most part, the rain was light to moderate at most. Yesterday, we had turkeys, going off, namely over here. They're still over there. I could still hear them. Oh, God. I can't talk this morning. It's a little early, folks. They're still gobbling over there, I guess, making noise. There's turkeys over there making a noise. That's about as good as it's going to get this morning. Anyways, the coffee's good, waking up. It's going to be a good day. There is a pretty high chance of rain today, so I want to get out of here. Let's read the forecast real quick. Let's see what it says here. There's a 50% chance of thunderstorms this morning after 11 a.m. The high today is going to be 67. But after today, it's warming up. Wednesday, 78. It's going to be a warm week. Folks, my plan is simple. It's almost 7 o'clock in the morning. It's time for me to start packing everything up. This has been a great trip, a very relaxing trip. At the same time, it's good to be back at this campsite, kind of clean it up a little bit. In truth, it's in great shape. Not much work needs to be done here. I really do appreciate you all joining me for this episode, for this adventure. This cheers is for you. Oh yeah. I'm going to begin packing everything up. Let's go seize the day, folks. Thank you all so much for joining me for this episode. I do appreciate it. I want to wish you all well. Take care, be well, strength and honor. I will see you all next week. Bye, folks.